Audio Jungle.
Gang conflict not a problem for St. Thomas. Head of the St. Thomas Police Superintendent Michael Campbell is satisfied that crime in the parish is not being fueled by gangsters, as in the case for many other areas in Jamaica, but he is still concerned about 15 murders committed in the parish so far this year. The 15 murders are one more than the parish recorded over the same period in 2024, and Campbell and his team are determined to see a reduction. Naturally, we have been having murders and we are losing lives, and we are concerned about that. Guns are not used in the commission of some of these murders, but we are still concerned as to how they are happening and where they are happening. We'll continue to engage the communities as best as possible to get them on board to assist the police, but we don't have any major gang issues across the parish, Campbell told reporters on Sunday. What we'll continue to do is encourage the citizens to support the police. We appeal to them to share information so we can continue to confiscate these prohibited weapons across the parish, but there are no gang activities to cause the residents of St. Thomas to be concerned really, added Campbell. His comments came after 2 operations by the police in the parish over the weekend, resulting in the seizure of 2 firearms including an assaulted rifle and 30 assaulted rounds of ammunition. In the first incident about 9:25 Friday morning, members of a police team were in Lesson when a premises that was occupied by a 78-year-old man was searched. A magazine with 16 9mm rounds of ammunition was found inside a printer in a bedroom. The elderly man was taken into custody. His identity is being withheld pending further investigations. In the other incident in Morant Bay around 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, cops signaled the driver of a Honda CR-V motor vehicle to stop. The driver complied and the vehicle was searched. During the search, an AM-15 multi-caliber rifle with 2 magazines, one containing 9 5.56 rounds of ammunition, a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 4 9mm rounds of ammunition, and 1.22 round of ammunition were seized inside the vehicle. The driver was taken into custody. His identity is also being withheld pending further investigation. 75-year-old pedestrian killed in Spanish Town crash. A 75-year-old St. Catherine man died as a result of injuries he sustained in a vehicular crash along the St. John's Road in Spanish Town on Monday night. He has been identified as Dennis Campbell of a St. John's Road address in Spanish Town. Reports state that about 8:40 p.m., Campbell was walking along St. John's Road when he was hit by a Toyota Succeed motor vehicle. He suffered severe injuries and was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The 33-year-old driver of the motor car was warned for prosecution. The Spanish Town Traffic Department is conducting a probe of the matter. Shadow Cabinet signs Leadership Code of Conduct. Member of the opposition Shadow Cabinet signed the Leadership Code of Conduct on Monday in a move to reinforce their commitment to integrity, accountability, and transparency. The document, originally developed by the Integrity Commission, was signed by all opposition speakers during a meeting of the Shadow Cabinet. It outlines 7 principles of public life and serves as a guide for conduct in public office. Opposition leader Mark Golding shared, "I think it's very important in Jamaica today that our leaders publicly demonstrate their commitment to those values so that people can have trust and confidence in the leaders of the country. We have once again, by signing the Leadership Code of Conduct, demonstrated our commitment to the value of integrity, accountability, and transparency in how we operate as leaders, and we commit ourselves going forward to upholding those principles in how we operate and everything that we do," he added. The opposition leader had formally announced the appointment of party's new shadow cabinet on Monday, September 29, 2025. Impact splatter at Maitland's apartment, says forensics analysis. A forensic analysis told a 7-member jury in the murder trial of Constable Noel Maitland in the Home Circuit Court downtown Kingston on Monday that she formed the opinion there was an impact splatter event inside the policeman's apartment based on the pattern of blood distribution on certain areas. The analysis had previously testified that samples taken from curtains, a cushion cover, and a shoe tested positive for blood. Maitland is on trial for murder and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse in relation to the July 12, 2022 disappearance of his 24-year-old girlfriend, social media influencer girl Donnelly Donaldson. Donaldson was last seen alive at the Chesterman apartment complex in St. Andrew, where Maitland lived. She was reportedly missing on July 13, 2022. Prosecutors are banking on circumstantial evidence to secure a conviction in the case. On Monday, Director of Prosecution DPP Claudette Thompson asked the forensics analysis to explain what she meant by impact splatter event. This means that they could have been created by something with blood touching the surface or something coming in contact with blood on the surface or the folds of the drape rubbing on each other. The small clots could have been formed depending on how the portion of blood having clotting factors was allowed to dry on the surface, the analyst stated. Maitland was seen in dock listening intensely as he joined notes on a piece of paper. Thompson then asked the witness to explain what she knew about how human blood reacts to certain cleaning agents. When blood leaves the human body and is exposed, its color gets darker with time. The process of degradation, the components of it being broken down, begins. When blood comes in contact with water, it would be diluted. Water would make it more degraded, especially if there's a lot of water, the analysis explained. She added that vinegar, which is weak acid, could cause degradation if it come in contact with blood, which consists of several proteins. She said too that if the greaser of a liquid form came into contact with blood, it would dilute the blood. As for bleach, she said, it also enhances the breaking down of the blood and its components. Coming in contact with blood, bleach would impact it dependent on the amount of bleach. Soap is also a cleaning agent, which also affects the degradation depending on the type of soap and the quality of soap and the quantity or volume of blood. Different soaps have different chemical makeup, she noted. Attorney at law Chadwick Berry, who is one of the 5 attorneys representing Maitland, began his cross-examination of the forensics analysis on Monday. He asked the witness if Maitland's BMW vehicle had been swabbed and tested for blood. She confirmed that it was swabbed and tested. She told the court that no blood was detected. Berry probed to ascertain how many items inside the apartment were swabbed and tested for blood. The witness said that more than 100 items were tested. Except for the drapes, the cushion cover, and a shoe, she said that all the other items had tested negative for blood. The trial continues. Grange received CPA Parliamentary Equality and Diversity Award. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Oliver Grange is recipient of the 2025 Commonwealth Parliamentary Equality and Diversity Award in recognition of her work of advancing gender equality and social justice in Jamaica. She is the first Jamaican parliamentarian to receive an award from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association (CPA). This particular award honors a parliamentarian who has shown significant leadership in promoting equality, diversity, and inclusion within their legislature and broader community, according to the CPA. It acknowledges Minister Grange's sustainable efforts within Jamaica and internationally to champion gender equality, women's leadership, youth engagement, and disability inclusion. A statement issued by the Jamaican Parliament notes that in her 33-year of political career, Minister Grange has played a central role in creating a more inclusive society through the development and implementation of legislation, policies, and programs such as Sexual Harassment Protection and Prevention Act 2021. These initiatives reflect her commitment to strengthening protection for women, youth, and vulnerable groups, including persons with disabilities. Her work also includes ongoing public education campaigns that challenge harmful stereotypes and promote positive representation of gender. Through the Bureau of Gender Affairs, Minister Grange has advanced the National Policy for Gender Equality and the National Strategic Action Plan to eliminate gender-based violence and has established state-run shelters and helplines for survivors of gender-based violence, it stated. Responding to the award, Grange said, an equitable society can only exist when its members are afforded the opportunity to maximize their potential without fear or restrictions. That has been my life's purpose, and I am humbled by this recognition of my efforts in that regard. I thank the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association for this award. I am honored and truly grateful. The award was presented at the recent concluded 68th Commonwealth Parliamentary Conference in Barbados and affirms Grange's role as a regional leader on equality and inclusion. It was received on her behalf by Speaker of the House of Representatives, Juliet Holness.
To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.